you're an immigrant. Give me a cheer if you're from the Home Office. Okay, couple of lies, good to know. Lock the fucking door, okay? Hitesh needs a visa, we're gonna human sacrifice a cunt. Let's go. My name is Sylas. I come from the northeastern part of Glasgow, known as Romania. Or also known as the Paisley of Europe. Now, for the record, I'm not having a go at Paisley, okay? Some of my best friends are missing teeth, it's fine. But yeah, I don't sound really Romanian, you probably can tell. I have this accent, right, which is kind of weird because coming to the UK, I was a little bit worried. If I go, hello, how are you? People will get ideas, right? So I thought, I fit in, I pick up a local, safe British accent. What's happening, you ball bags? You's alright here? Thank you very much, by the way, because nobody fucking told me that if you live in Glasgow and you hear the sounds, ha 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 ha, that's not a seagull. Run! Yeah, but it's been quite interesting having this accent, right? Because like I've been doing a bit of traveling, and people are like genuinely surprised to find out I'm from Romania. Okay, because they hear this voice and they make an assumption like, uh-oh, is he gonna kick off? Is he gonna start a fight, stab a cunt? And they are so relieved when I just steal their wallets instead. It's amazing. But yeah, it's been fun. Obviously, as I said, I lived here for 12 years, right? So I got a lot of questions, right? Like my family wants to know, what's it like living in Scotland, the West? Right, and it's a bit complicated because like if we're in the streets of Glasgow and you look to the left, you will see a skyscraper. And if you look to the right, someone's pissing on a seagull. It's a vibe. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm always grateful to get a visit from my grandmother, but her bladder control is atrocious. Yeah, the other question I get a lot is, like, what was it like growing up in post-90s Soviet Romania, and it was different, I'm not gonna lie, because like, growing up, we had the Chernobyl water, right? Now, and listen, I know you're very fucking proud of your tap water, I get it. Our water gives you superpowers. Like, listen, sure, Scottish tap water tastes fucking amazing, right? But little Vlad has 6 fingers, a third eye, and can tell the future. Alright, your water can't do that, I'm sorry, right? And also, for whatever reason, his dick glows in the dark. But it's not all bad though, growing up with a fluorescent penis. My helicopters look like raves. I'm really popular in the arches, right? So it's great. The other question I get is like, if I miss Romania. And I do, I'm not gonna lie, I actually do miss Romania a little bit, right? Because I miss the safety of Romania, Basically, like, you probably know this, you've seen the movies, Romania is one of the safest countries on the planet. Fictionally. No zombie apocalypse ever starts in Romania, right? Like, no aliens ever landed in fucking buttfuck Romania, right? Like 28 years later, that's a British film, right? You're all running around. Flesh-eating zombies after you, right? We're at home. We're having a barbecue. We're drinking moonshine. We're applying for British benefits. It's class. That was a great song. All right. But that actually did get me a little bit entertained by the thought that, like, you can tell we're still doing like kind of okay in the UK because like one of our main forms of entertainment is like post-apocalyptic TV shows, right? Like, I will go home from work and put up my feet and fantasize, what if life was more difficult? Keep your central heating, keep your fucking Deliveroo fruit straight out my door. No, I want to fantasize about a world where I'm being chased by a horny gang of cannibals after my butthole, Alright, I thought I'd work that in, we'll see what happens. Work in progress. I tell you what though, obviously I'm also an actor, right? I've been here for 12 years, so I have noticed some changes in the UK. Like, before the war, there used to be a lot of generic castings, right? Like, you see things like this all the time. Eastern European war criminal, #2. And Eastern European pimp. an Eastern European prostitute, right? And since the war, I'm seeing new things, right? I'm seeing things like friendly Eastern European war criminal. It's all right, you know, emotionally complex Eastern European pimp. Or my personal favorite is Eastern European prostitute, still alive in the second episode. Hey, someone's getting paid, you know, come on, give us a chance here, brother, you know, it's all right. But it's been really fun, like, I've been watching the media, trying to tell us apart. Because like, for decades, they used to pretend we're the same people, right? And it's been really fun sort of trying to tell us apart, because I'm like, I want to ask the British media, what do Eastern Europeans actually sound like, you know? Like, on a global stage, we all know London, right? Hello, mate, how's it going? Fucking smashing, innit? We all know that, right? You go east, I'm very sorry, I didn't mean to cheat on you. I slipped, I fell into the pussy, it appears. You go down south, it's Antonio Banderas. You go east, hey, come on, now don't make other jokes, I have some respect, you know. You go up north, everybody sounds serious, yeah? We don't play games here, yeah? But the moment you go past Austria, right, you get to Hungary, Slovakia, Slovenia, Bosnia, Albania, Bulgaria, Moldova, Ukraine, Russia, Belarus, Poland, Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia, and we all sound like this. Hello, my friend, you want to buy CD player? I give you good price. Also, I will find you a woman, no problem. It's interesting that Romanians and Greeks have a bit of a history, because Romania is basically the Balkans but less sexy. So we're just like, we look like them, we got none of the fucking sex appeal. So it is what it is. I'll tell you what, like the funniest interaction I had was at work, right? Somebody came up to me, asked me where I'm from, Romania, and this sweetheart of a guy, right? He looked me up and down and just kind of went, "We're a bit too white." And I know what he meant, but I didn't get offended. But that got me thinking, like, like Romanians, we're white, right? But for Christmas, we slaughter a pig, right? That's that thing. Like, we're white, but we have rhythm. You know, like, we're white, but you know, like, we're not white enough to be proud of it. But we are white enough that we will enjoy the British Museum. Like, that's a holiday, you know? Like, nobody leaves the British Museum crying where I'm from. We're just okay with it, right? But, like, this is how I know we're in this weird space. Like, as Romanian, I will never be white enough to play James Bond. And that is the only reason I'm not playing James Bond. But I'm not dying first in a horror film. You know, it's this weird space, like the way I explain it is, right, we're like the Tangle to your Fanta. Do you know what I mean? Like, we don't have the same brand recognition, but we're in every corner shop. Saw a couple of knowing smiles, like, not for long, motherfucker. I'm taking notes. It's okay, I got my papers. But yeah, I tell you what, it's been fun though, because like when I moved here around that time, there was a lot of like talk. The British government was going to do a campaign of discouragement to keep Romanians out, right? They were going to do like an ad campaign back home in Romania and be like, don't come to the United Kingdom, the weather is shit. Sorry, it really is. Like, Scotland was the first time in my life where I experienced wind that makes you do all of Michael Jackson's moves at the same time. Like, you're leaning, you're moonwalking, you spin around. If you're not careful, you develop suspicious friendships with children. It's... You don't see that in the weather report, do you? You know, red alert, heavy non-shower expected. I love that phrase non-shower, because in my mind that's what Prince Andrew has every morning. You saw the fucking news, come on. He's been on the plane. The other thing they were gonna say was don't come to the UK, the trains are late. Yeah, they are. Yeah. But I gotta ask, what reasons do you have for the trains being late? What have you heard? Shout that to me real quick.
Cow on the tracks.
Cow on the tracks.
Cross the loop.
Okay, fair enough. You brought your own puns. Well done. Let's go with it. Keep it yeah, no. So like cow on the tracks. Apparently, that's no way to talk about Big Sandra, but whatever. You know, leaves on the track. I heard a lot. Signal failure. You know, that sort of thing. You guys want to guess why trains are late in Romania? No, it's because somebody stole the fucking tracks. Okay. It doesn't happen often, it has fucking happened, alright? They added up the total delay of all the trains in 1 year. It added up to more than 9 years. Okay. I can fly home today, catch a train from 2015. You've got national rail service, we got time travel. It's a different kind of tech. It's a good old Soviet tech we got going. Yeah, man, but it's been very entertaining because recently there was another thing that it said, you know, like, immigrants come in here, they should learn how to speak English, right? And it's fair enough, I get it, I'm on board, but you see, we studied English where I'm from. We studied it for like, well, from kindergarten. So like 17 years we started learning English, right? But we studied something known as the King's English. And you see, none of you ever explained to us the reason y'all call it the King's English. Because nobody else fucking speaks it. Huh? I got off the bus in Glasgow first night, went to a chip shop, thought, you know what, I'm fluent, I'll figure it out. Big's man like, alright, what are you getting tonight, eh? Fucking fluent. Alright, big man, you get some chips tonight, a little bit of cheese, what you want, a bit of curry, what you getting? I recognise most of those vowels. Like, not in that order, you know? So I did a bit of research and I got a theory of why they call it the King's English, right? And it's very simple. The king put his big old sausage fingers in the English language, right? And took all the best vowels. A, I, E, O, all the good stuff, right? As you're coming up the motorway, right? Manchester, Newcastle, Birmingham, they all took a bit more, right? By the time you get to Scotland, y'all are speaking what's left. I can only imagine up in Shetland, they are blinking violently in Morse code. Like, these poor fuckers are just like dots and semicolons, you know what I mean? And listen, I'm aware, I know Scottish people love to make fun of Shetlanders. I'm aware, it's fine, but listen, between you and me, if my only way of expressing myself was like blinking violently in Morse code, I'd fuck some sheep. I tell you what, I have noticed that I think the reason I'm enjoying Scotland so very much, I decided to stay, is because I think Scottish culture, for whatever reason, is not that different from Romanian culture. Right? Like, we had 60 years of communism. Y'all had Thatcher. Somehow we have the same fucking vibe. And here's how I can prove it, right? I finish work, I'm minding my own business, and I hear this conversation from the side, right? This woman is having an absolute emotional breakdown. She's going through it, and her pal is trying to help her out. And she's like, I can't even fucking stand it. I can't take this anymore. And her pal's like, Claire, it's alright. We're not perfect either. My husband pishes himself, Claire. But you've got to get past the pish. And Claire, absolutely heartbroken, just goes, well, how do you get past that? Right, and I shit you not, her pal goes, well, at least it's not shite, eh? And there's a very Eastern European mentality, right? Like, so much so, this is something you can learn from us. The most famous Romanian phrase we have about politicians is, well, he stole some, but he built some. And that's my gift to you. You're gonna have to start learning that shit, because turns out your politicians have been stealing a lot. But what was I going to talk about? Yeah, the other thing was I've actually started compiling list of immigrant survival tips, right? Because it kind of feels a bit relevant right now. And it's very basic, right? Like straight up the top, we have square goal, not Scottish sausage for takeaway. You are not being invited to a barbecue, okay? The only thing medium rare is going to be your face. So, just so you know. The second thing is, again, very straightforward. You can take a farm foods bag to Waitrose. You should never take a Waitrose bag to farm foods. I thought your shops were just fucking shops. Turns out they're not. Your shops are like gangs. They got corners and collars and beef. Right, like, see, I'm working class. If I go into Waitrose, they fucking know. Right, like, I walk in and suddenly this guy just clocks me and he's my pal and now he's like walking me around the shop, making sure I get exactly what I'm coming for, right? Like, here's the thing. This is how working class I am, right? If you see me in Waitrose, that's not a shop for me. That's a holiday destination. If you saw me in Waitrose, no, you fucking didn't. I'm probably shoplifting. Shut the fuck up. Also, I'm sorry, I'm not comfortable in Morrison's. I'm not. Like, Morrison's for me is way too fucking British. Right? The name, British. The presentation, British. Right? The immigrant food segregated on its own aisle. Because we don't want those filthy Polish sausages touching our Christian Mary's pie of potatoes. Like, if I touch an avocado in Morrison, back of mine is like, oh, you're coming over here, touching our avocado, tossing our salad, dipping our hummus. It's just like, I get a little bit of fucking sensation, you know? Not the good kind. Also, I don't know what's going on. Sainsbury's are just condescending as fuck. I don't know why. They genuinely are. I remember when I moved here, went to Sainsbury's to get my first cup of tea, you know, experience the culture. Turned the box around. It had user instructions for tea. I'm sorry, if you haven't figured out tea, I don't trust you with the alphabet. And it was just, I memorized it because it was too fucking funny, right? It was just like, our blend of the Indian Assam tea mixed with our Ceylonese tea makes for a perfectly balanced multi-classic. Milk, totally optional. Thanks, Sainsbury's. I forgot I had free will for a second. Thanks. But this is where it got a bit dodgy, right? A bit of red flag, because the next sentence just said, not all tea bags are created equal. You want to rephrase that? Because in a different diction, it sounds awfully a lot like our tea bags will leave you wanting a second cuppa and a third Reich. But I went back recently, I'm happy to report. I went back, right, and they changed it. Now they say that here at Sainsbury's, we believe black teas matter. I'm happy to report things have changed. And like, getting down to farm foods, like farm foods is not even a shop, alright? Farm foods is a genre, it's a western. Okay, like you walk into farm foods aisle 1, someone's dropping an elbow from the top shelf. It's kicking off, okay? Right, aisle 2, someone's getting stabbed up with frozen fucking chicken drumsticks. It's happening, okay? Aisle 3, it's just a sweet old Scottish gran. And without missing the beat, she looks you in the eye and just goes, aye son, snitches get nuggets. That's one of the silliest one. I'm trying to make it work, but I'm fucking sticking to it, alright? I need to start wrapping up. You know what, I will leave you with my favourite story from my hometown. I call this the Romanian love story. Okay, and I'm going to share it with you because I feel like love is universal, right? Do you agree? Yeah. Okay, bunch of religions. But this is a story from my hometown, right? Basically, there's an E&E service, and there was volunteers in it. My parents were involved, so I got all the juicy gossip, right? One night, a young couple goes into A&E. She had a perfectly round burnt mark on her back and a swollen forehead. He was bleeding from the dick. Now, at this point I had to ask, right? So it turns out what happens was it was Valentine's Day and this young couple was feeling romantic, so they decided to make pancakes. Can I get an all for pancakes? Thank you. Now, while they're making pancakes, she decides to give him a blowjob. Can I get an all for blowjob? Alright, okay, let's see how this is going. Now, this guy's on the top of the world, right? He's living his best life. He's making pancakes, he's getting a blowjob. Life is good. He decides to flip the pancake. But because he's seen Gordon Ramsay, he's going to do it one-handed. Champion. Now, as this pancake slowly fell past the pan, he knew he fucked up. That pancake landed right on his girlfriend's back, who reasonably bit the only thing that was in her mouth. To which he responded by bringing down the pan with all his might. So my horny Greek friend. See if you get lucky and you feel a bit romantic later on. Just order a fucking takeaway. And I can't believe I'm actually quoting the British government on this one. Eat out to help out.